I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
This way. That's it right there. Pull it up.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is
You know, they had the WF Davos thing. We covered it. That's when the people who really run the world all come together at Davos, Switzerland. Mm-hmm. They all come together. They all fly their private jets in there and tell you how they're going to fix climate change, right? And so here's one of the most, so this guy, Boring Business, tweeted out, one of the most significant moments from the Trump Davos speech was when he said the quiet part out loud. You cannot lower housing costs for young people without destroying millions in wealth for boomers. Our politicians are sacrificing people in their 20s and 30s for the prosperity of boomers. Let that sink in. And so nobody else really picked up on this except, well, Boring Business caught it. So let's listen. This is really interesting. Listen to this, Kurt.
I have to say one thing about housing because nobody ever says this. I am very protective of people that already own a house, of which we have millions and millions and millions. And because we have had such a good run, the house values have gone up tremendously. And
the reason why house values have gone up tremendously is because of the devaluation of the dollar. That's why, because the dollar buys less than it ever did, and that's why housing costs way more than it did in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Because also, we've been when you print $1 trillion every 3 months, it devalues the buying power of the dollars that are already in circulation. So it's a hidden tax. It's a hidden inflation. When they keep printing money, it's inflation and a hidden tax on the money you already have earned is now worth less. Not worthless, but it's worth a lot less. And that's why houses cost so much. That's one reason. The second reason is they won't build enough housing.
There you go. It's supposed to be a consumer item, not an investment. And how do you make investment go up? By not scarcity.
That's right.
By scarcity.
So, all right, here we go. And they also allow billionaires from China and other countries to buy up our housing, which is illegal in a lot of other countries. They don't let foreigners buy housing in their country, which is something we should do in the United States, and you would see the price of housing come down. But of course, the real estate lobby has a stranglehold on local municipalities and and they want foreign billionaires to be able to buy housing in the United States, which artificially drives up prices. Also, they have places like BlackRock buying up houses, selling them buying a house for $300,000 and then selling it to themselves for $700,000, artificially inflating. So there's lots of reasons for that, and those are three of the big ones. Trump doesn't address any of them.
Good.
So, but here's what he says.
People have gone up tremendously. And these people have become wealthy. They weren't wealthy. They become wealthy because of their house. And every time you make it more and more and more affordable for somebody to buy a house cheaply, you're actually hurting the value of those houses, obviously, because the one thing works in tandem with the other. And I don't want to do anything that's going to hurt the value of people that own a house who, for the first time in their lives, are walking around the streets of whatever city they're in, very proud that their house is worth $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. Now, if I want to,
or in the regular blue-collar neighborhood here in Los Angeles, $1 million.
Yeah, what are the property taxes on a house that high?
A house in blue-collar neighborhood, Pasadena, where I lived for 10, 15 years, the houses there, blue-collar people, those houses are $1 million for a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. $1 million. Just so it's not just, but I'm talking about Los Angeles, New York, other places. San Francisco, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, $1 million. Just to let you know.
That's incentive to sell to a large corporation, isn't it then? Because the property taxes alone would be a pain in the ass, wouldn't they?
That's right.
Oh, so no one should have a house event. Thanks, Trump. Wow, we did great.
So
Everyone,
this is part of the you'll own nothing and be happy. But
we're going to live in Epcot Center. I can't wait.
Here we go.
Really crush the housing market. I could do that so fast and people could buy houses.
If I wanted to, I could make it easy for people to buy houses right now. If I wanted to, he said. You heard him, right?
But you would destroy a lot of people that already have houses. In some cases, they've mortgaged their house, and the mortgage would be very low. And all of a sudden, the mortgage without any changes becomes very high, and they end up losing the house.
So he's just telling you, I ain't doing nothing for the people who are having trouble, which is everybody under 35 years old trying to buy a house. I ain't doing anything. We're not doing anything. In fact, we're going to protect the wealth of the people who already have the wealth.
Yeah. Guess what, millennials and Zoomers? You're going to die off, and there'll be a much lower, easier to control population. And then the few of you that have kids out of your shrunken poison taints, the few of you that have kids, those kids won't ever expect to have a house or anything. They'll go live in their freedom cities or whatever the fuck he was talking about before.
So here is the secretary. So, and Trump could do something. He could build more affordable housing. That's what you could do. You could do it. You could have the government do it. You could have tax incentives for private developers to go make affordable housing for people. You could do. There's a lot of things you could do to make housing more affordable. They're not doing it. Creating more housing would be the biggest thing, because now it's artificially scarce, and that's why it's so hard for people 35 years and under to buy a house. But and just to let you know how absolutely out of their minds, out of touch billionaires are who run your government, Trump being a billionaire, this will just show you. Here's Scott Bessent. And Secretary Scott Bessent reveals the bubble he lives in. Let's listen.
We are going to give guidance at some point to see what is a mom and pop, that someone, maybe your parents for their retirement, about 5, 10, 12 homes. So we don't want to push the mom and pops out.
What?
I don't know, Kurt, did you just hear that? Let me play it again. Kurt.
Oh yeah, my mom's got 10 homes. Come on, don't let an elderly woman lose her 10 homes she invested in. Come on.
They're saying they're going to protect the mom and pops who have bought 10 homes.
In Argentina, Scott Bessent, you sack of shit.
Listen to this.
We are going to give guidance at some point to see what is a mom and pop, that someone, maybe your parents for their retirement, about 5, 10, 12 homes. So we don't want to push the mom and pops out. We just want to push everyone else out.
What the
The mom and pops who bought 12 homes for their retirement.
Do you Chinese foreigners that are rich? What are you talking about?
The mom and pops. Could you be the way this guy puts it is that he reveals the bubble he lives in. I can't underscore how completely effing out of touch this entire administration. You have to agree. I
think they know what they're doing and they like it. They're just letting you know what they are.
That is a jaw on the floor moment. I mean, of all the crazy things that I've had clips of people saying since I started this show over 10 years ago, of all the crazy things, that's got to take the cake. You know, a mom and pop who bought 12 homes. Mom and pop for their retirement. You know, it's just regular people buying 12 houses.
We are going to give guidance at some point to see what is a mom and pop, that someone, maybe your parents for their retirement, about 5, 10, 12 homes. So we don't want to push the mom and pops out.
The mom and pops who own 12 houses. So that's who they're protecting. They think
Paul Walton.
They think regular Americans are people who own 12 homes. That's a regular American. Those are just regular working class people, mom and pops.
I must be homeless compared to that in his mind. You must be not even a living being if you don't have 10 to 12 homes. You must not even exist.
This is why we need more Thomas Masseys and less billionaires in and millionaires in Congress and running our country. I'm sure. Besant's got to be. Is he a billionaire, Scott Bessent? He's got to be.
He's the prick that. Oh, that's why we bailed out that hedge fund in Argentina.
That's why we bailed
Scott
out Argentina.
This sack of shit.
Yeah, $40 billion we gave to Argentina, so Scott Bessent's buddy could make his money.
Yeah, and so Malay can go hump the Wailing Wall like every other.
Yes, that's right. All right. If you want to hear my jokes about this, come see me February 20th in Lansing, Michigan, February 21st in Milwaukee. Go to jimmydore.com for tickets. Don't go anywhere else because you'll get charged more. Over to Steph.
I remember when we were buying our first home together, that was a big scandal. One home.
Yeah,
One home.
They made it out to be as a big scandal.
Oh, my God.
I was buying a house.
One home. First time. One home.
Who made it to be a big scandal?
Oh, when we were doing Force the Vote, they came up after us when we bought
Variety
our home.
magazine put a picture of the house I was buying in their magazine.
Well, that invalidates the argument for healthcare, Jimmy.
To try to discredit me. Like,
yeah, you're real Hasanabi because you have a home and you wanted there to be a public option. Unreal.
Yeah.
You shock your dog. Hey, this guy with a home. Oh, look at the king with a home.
By the way, regarding our dog, why I had to leave the studio was because she was out on the street.
Well, don't you have a shock collar on her? Because Hassan does.
And it's because there's a slat that I have to go and hammer after the show.
Oh.
And she gave what for to a couple of neighbor dogs.
What'd she do? She attack them?
You know, she raced up to them. Those two little dogs that live down the street that always yell at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got in their face. I'm so sorry.
And she didn't do anything?
No, but she kept going. And then it was because our neighbor called us. And they're all in shock. It's my dog. And she kept going. She's going towards the yellow house.
How'd you get her?
I got in the car. And then I started to call her. And then I could see her. That I was going to go down below. But I could just see her. I called her I just stopped right there and I called her. Our dog, she's an escape artist. She always has been.
What, I dislocated my shoulder and then I slipped out. Okay, come to me.
Back to Jimmy.